Hello dear pupils, students, and my dear listeners. I'm glad to greet you with my English lesson, and our topic for today is articles and quantifiers. Actually, we may differentiate words according to different categories. Articles and quantifiers are used in order to point and express some details, not the main meaning. Do not emphasize the key meaning of the word, but to show the form of the verb or noun, for example, or to show maybe amount. So actually these words are really necessary in order to emphasize some little but really significant details. Let's discuss them in a more detailed way. Look please, I fixed some table on this slide in order to show that we have different categories. Firstly, you should pay attention to the word, to its form. Is it countable or uncountable? Is it singular or plural? And some other really important factors. If you would like to make your speech like native, please follow these rules and criteria. So firstly, and what is articles, determiners, and quantifiers? These words, little words, or a group of words which may be fixed before the word itself, may show us different factors, as I told you before. They may modify some words, especially nouns. Well, the teacher, it means you'd like to concrete some particular teacher, some particular person, or maybe a colleague, a bit of honey, so some amount of. Sometimes we may use article a when you would like to emphasize that you talk about someone or something the first time, or when you would like to emphasize the singular form of some word. Well, that, these, those, and other words may show, may point, may emphasize some particular word and thing or person out of big amount. Well, sometimes when we say something, when we would like to express some information, we may use them. But of course, you should understand and first of all name properly. Why? Because making one mistake, you may show at big amount of things instead of something in amount of only one. So that's why it's really important to show that something in particular amount. Be concrete, be exact, and be correct, of course, in this way. Now, one more table, more detailed way, where words are divided into countable and uncountable. So, look please, first of all, noun. Count, non-count. See, how can we divide these categories? How they may be divided after becoming these or that. So, if it's count, so singular or plural, of course, we may divide them into big amount or just an amount of one. And according to that, again, we may divide them. So sometimes it may be non-specific or specific one. So plural also can be non-specific or specific. That's why for some of them we may use article an in order to emphasize something in amount of one, or article the or the. The pronunciation depends on the first letter. Is it consonant or vowel? So that's why be attentive. Sometimes also it can be zero article when we cannot use article. So that's why please be attentive. We were talking about articles and we will, of course, have some other topics. Well, non-count, specific. Non-countable is divided into specific. So accordingly, article is definite article there. So Another quantifiers which may be really important and effective when you would like to emphasize or express some necessary information, some significant information. Look please, many trees. We emphasize a big amount of trees. I'm sorry. And at the same time, you may say that trees are countable. Of course, you can count trees. That's why quantifier many is really actual for this purpose. Well, a few also not very big amount, but anyway, there are some trees. So few, several, a couple of, or none of them. Also a quantifier that may express that there is no any tree. So here you are count nouns for countable, for that nouns which can be divided into singular and plural, of course. Well, non-count nouns, so something abstract, something uncountable, some things that we cannot count absolutely. Well, can you see which quantifiers can be used? For example, not much, or a little, maybe little, a bit of, a good deal, a great deal, or no, of course. Compare please, and remember which actual only for countable and which one for uncountable nouns. So now here quantifiers which can be used for both of them, for countable and non-countable nouns. Look, all of them. So you like to emphasize just everything, everywhere, at some particular area, at some particular place, or some, most of the, enough, a lot of, lots of, plenty of, or lack of, some shortage, yeah? And so can you see both of them, I mean both categories may be used together with these quantifiers. Remember and fix this information in order to express your words and fix your speech in written form, of course, properly. Well, one more table where I divided singular nouns, plural, of course, count nouns, both of them count, and mass nouns. So I think that with singular and the plural, it's everything understandable for you, but what about mass nouns? Actually, mass nouns are that noun which may summarize, which may like emphasize that there are a lot of things, a lot of something, big amount, and we join everything together. So by joining, we may get some another word. So, for example, half. Half may include a lot of people, a lot of books, a lot of tasks, and so on. Of course, I can list a lot of things, but anyway, you should understand maybe not only half of something, not some piece of something, but also just amount, group, something that was collected together. And for example, another word is all. All, so using this word, we may emphasize a lot of things, even people, children, no matter. So join something, some things, if to be exact, of course. Well, and one more time, let's come back already after discussing these words to definition and how can you understand and how can you, of course, answer and explain at your lesson when your teacher will ask you, tell me about determiners. You may say this information. It will be a really good idea to learn by heart and, of course, to understand what are you saying and express this definition. So finally, at the end of my presentation, I came to categories, to different categories of determiners. Please, the articles, you know, this topic, the simplest topic, but the most complicated at the same time. So possessive nouns, possessive pronouns, numbers, and demonstrative pronouns. Here you are categories and all the necessary information about articles and determiners. Thank you for your attention, dear listeners. See you at our next lesson. Goodbye.